Good morning. Welcome to the Record Junkie. It's me, the Record Junkie, coming back at you with another video, another geeky record video, talking about something that I enjoy. And today I have just one to show you. This one, I've already recorded this video twice, and once a long time ago, about 6 months ago, and wound up. Here I am recording it, re-recording it again. I recorded this a couple weeks ago, and the camera shut off. So we're gonna try this again for the third time. Seems to be the way it goes on this channel. I'm always re-recording videos. So today, the record I want to show you is one that I got back in February. It was something I had ordered for around the time of my birthday. I decided to treat myself. So that's what I got here, and let's show it. So the record I ordered is this. This is They Might Be Giants with their album called Flood. And let's talk about them. Well, They Might Be Giants. You're probably wondering, well, who in the heck are they? Well, they are kind of this alternative, like, rock group. They kind of got kind of comedy. If you understand what they're getting at in their songs, it can be funny. I think they do a lot of like satire type stuff, and they're an acquired taste. They're not for everyone. I would not just recommend this to your average Joe. They're definitely an acquired taste. But this record's got kind of, well, this band, not this particular record, but the band has an interesting history for me. It's got an interesting story, so I wanted to tell it. So first of all, let me explain how I got into They Might Be Giants. And it all started back in about 2003. It was my 8th year of, my 8th grade year of high school, and middle school, sorry, not high school. And I had a teacher, her name was Mrs. Sloat, and she decided to show me this group. She let it play during class, and at the time she knew I was kind of into like funny stuff. Like I've always been a big, let me start off by saying I've always been a big novelty song guy. I love oldies, 50s, 60s, 70s, but I have this thing for novelty songs. So goofy, wacky stuff in the 50s and 60s and 70s, I love it, absolutely love it. And even back then, when I was 13 years old, I took a liking to this. So this started right away at the beginning of the year. This was been September, and she introduced me to these guys. She had it on a cassette tape. She brought it in. She played it. And I'm like, yeah, I really like that. Well, move forward to probably end of September, maybe October, somewhere in there. She comes in one morning and she's got another woman with her, and that woman was her replacement. She had said that was going to be her last year. She told the school that it was going to be her last year of teaching. She wanted to finish out the year, but after that she was moving to Farmington, New Mexico. Now, at this time, let me preface that by saying that this took place in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. That's where I was living at the time. And this was at Daytona Middle School in Lake Havasu City, Arizona, which Daytona Middle School has since closed, is no longer operating. But, so this is where we were at. 2003, Daytona Middle School, Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Anyway, she tells the school, hey, I'm going to be done at the end of the year. I'll finish the year up, and I'm done. She was moving to Farmington, New Mexico. Well, all of a sudden, she shows up one morning for work, and there her replacement is. So they kind of railroaded her, unfortunately. And I love her. She was my favorite teacher. of all the teachers I've had, she's number one. And the whole class loved her. So we were all devastated and shocked. Till all of a sudden, here she comes in, there's a replacement. The replacement teacher, her name is Mrs. Wiley. And poor Miss, I remember her grabbing her thing. She was crying, she was in tears, she was very upset. And so I'll never forget that. Well, before she quit, she agreed to help me. I was struggling with certain things, so she had agreed to come and help me with after school with my homework. And she wanted to go to the house and meet my parents and everything. She had already met my parents at parent-teacher conferences, but she wanted to come over to the house and help me. And so after she had left and the school had replaced her with Mrs. Wiley, not maybe a few weeks after, she'd come to my house. And when she walked in the door to come and talk to me and talk to my parents and talk about coming up with a time to meet with me and help me, she had walked in the door with this, a cassette tape. And this was a recording of They Might Be Giants. And this is the very cassette tape that she gave me. That's her handwriting on there. Her handwriting. That's again her handwriting. This is the very tape that she gave me. And she'd taken They Might Be Giants. She'd recorded the entire Flood album, or most of it, on this tape, and then a couple songs off the album they had called Lincoln. And she brought this tape in. And let me tell you something. I listened to this over and over and over again, and I wore the tape out. Wore it out. This is 2003, so about 2009, this tape was wearing out and the sound quality was degrading. So I dubbed it onto another tape so that way I would have it. And at that point is when I realized I needed to start searching for this on CD. And I did get the album on CD, and again, it's on my CD shelf in another room. And I have forgot, all 3 times I've done this video, I forgot to pull that CD. So anyway, this is the tape. I started playing this tape, and the original tape that she gave me, I pretty much retired it. And I've just kept it for a keepsake all these years. Still have it. And then after I got the CD, then I started just listening to it on CD. Now up until recently, again this last February, I was able to finally get it on record. And now I listen to it on record when I want to hear it. So now the CD and both cassette tapes have been retired. They're just sitting on my shelf. I now listen to the record. But anyway, pretty cool story for They Might Be Giants. There's a lot of music I like and I listen to as a result of teachers. They've had quite the influence on my music, surprisingly enough. There's a few others, maybe I'll just do a video on that. That would be a cool idea for a video, so that may be coming at some point down the road. I might have to do a video on that, but yeah, she's not the first one that's influenced or got me into a musical artist. She's not the first teacher that's got me into a musical artist, so pretty cool. Anyway, that's that. They Might Be Giants, Flood. This is a music on vinyl pressing, pretty good. There's the record. I like the label. It's got their logo, kind of like four-leaf clover looking logo deal that they got going on there. So anyway, that's that. I got more videos coming, and so stay tuned because I got kind of a lot of them, I think. So I'm going to end this video and start recording the next one. You guys all take care. Remember, pull out your records, listen to them, enjoy them. And remember, I'm going to start saying this in every video. It doesn't matter what your record is worth. It doesn't matter the value. It doesn't matter if it's a record that's only worth $1 or worth $10,000. If you like it, that's all that matters. And if you like it, it's worth the world, right? I have records in my collection that are, you probably couldn't give away. You probably couldn't pay someone to take them, to be honest with you. But yet, they're worth the world to me because I like them and I like the music that's on them. So just remember, it doesn't matter what it is. All that matters is if you like it. And if you like it, listen to that record and enjoy it. I'll catch you guys on the next